Hey guys, Type here bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Langreskaya. Today spawning in the north we have Konigstiger playing as Ostheer. Straight away going for strategic reserves to put down tier 1. Also going for assault grenadiers. He's offensive down the bottom. Google Translate tells me this is Ichoose.jpg. As US forces has urban assault, rifle company, and armor company. In terms of rankings here, Konigstiger around rank 190, and Choose to Die around rank 110. Speaking of this tier 1 positioning, I'm not really a big fan of it here, specifically because sometimes, you know, you need to like back your 222 through this gap, and it looks like that would block it. Generally I go for this position over here because that way it also doesn't really interrupt your machine gun from being able to shoot at anything, which also could be relevant right at your base doorstep like that. So that would be my personal recommendation from that spawn. Squad here potentially could come in on the flank. Assault Grenadiers trying to get a bit of an ambush cooking around this corner, and it looks like that might work out for them here. G42 did change its angle to fight those riflemen.
We have a fresh grenadier squad.
As soon as the assault grenadiers stay still and start blasting, they do force a retreat there quite quickly. Reassuron do come in from the side, but a fresh squad of grenadiers there to meet them, so they can't really get much done. In fact, need to pull the trigger on their retreat earlier than this to potentially avoid getting wiped. Do survive though. Pioneer's getting bullied by the rifleman long range. So the machine gun rotating across there. Just a 2 rifle into Lieutenant start, so Choose to Die. Actually pretty good map control given how few units he's had on the field to this point. Things are starting to change on the far side. Assault Green is capping. G42 doing a very good job from this position. But the Pioneer spotting for it. It's a very good combination. Assault Green is close to distance, but the Thompson model of the Lieutenant survives for a very long time there. So they end up bleeding quite quickly. And quite an early mortar here from Konigstiger. Maybe to counter the machine gun. I'd say it's probably a little bit early for the mortar, but we'll see how it goes. Going for mortar at this stage can leave you a little bit exposed to your opponent's light vehicle. Would be worth considering if you're up against like 2 machine guns this early on, but you get just one, it's not really necessary. Here I'm making a dash for the fuel, and there's no units anywhere nearby, so should be a pretty effective harass. Meanwhile, I Choose to Die going for double officers. Interesting. I'm trying to find an angle, but we can just squeeze around the side into the house. Meanwhile, the mortar does force away the rifleman quite nicely. Looks like he's just trying to try and overpower the squad inside the building with the 50 cal with the captain. Lieutenant closing in. And the grenadiers just setting up. Assault grenades. Ooh, and there go the rear echelon. They popped the volley fire, but the suppression kicked in wasn't enough to cancel the assault grenades. Must have been close enough range. MG on the move again. The MG42 jumped back inside the building. And now an ambulance from I Choose to Die. Okay, lock into rifle company.
Sandbags and build fighting positions. White Star parachute flares are being issued to improve reconnaissance.
I wonder if we're going to see the M3.
Ambulance ready for action.
Well, so far the mortar has been doing pretty well. And it is because, as I said, no light vehicles from Ichoose.jpg yet. Ordinarily, you kind of need this manpower maybe to go for the 222 or a pack or something like that, but your opponent's not going for any light vehicles then. There we go, it's performing pretty well. A couple of squads running out into the front lines on very low health. Can be handy for your map control, but can also bleed you a huge amount of manpower. Hasn't ticked the second stage on either officer either. So looks like we're probably not going to see at least a Stewart or a half track from Ichoose.jpg. A lot of manpower bleed. Ichoose.jpg should be a bit more conservative with these retreats, I would say. The thing with US forces can feel like you bleed a huge amount of manpower sometimes.
We're losing a capture point.
And it gets even worse if you play recklessly.
Rear echelon squad ready for action.
Rebuild on the rear echelon.
Enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
It's like a classic rifle nade type situation with watching that rifle squad very closely, and this captain performing pretty well, but now it's getting bombed by the mortar, needs to get out of there. Oh, this one actually closes the distance somewhat, but it's already too damaged for that really to work out. No retreat. Okay, there it goes now. Late, but does survive at least. Flamethrower squad trying to close the distance now. We've got the assault grenadiers coming in. Trying to get some flame bursts on the squad out the back. Did drop one model, but dropped two themselves, so ultimately not a good engagement for Ichoose.jpg. Rifleman capping the fuel again. And we do have a pack produced from Konigstiger. It doesn't really have anything to shoot at though. Good thing is though, he's so far ahead at this stage, it's not really an issue. Just more smoke. Everyone getting overpowered by the assault grenadiers down the side. Very, very late retreat. In that situation, I say probably once you drop your first model on the rifleman, should be getting out of there. Don't forget though that with this commander you do have a sprint on your rifleman, so you can sprint away from the assault grenadiers. You can force them to use their own sprint. Maybe you can catch your opponent off guard in that fashion. Where you sprint away from them and then start blasting them, and then they're slow to chase. You do enough damage in the meantime to potentially win the engagement. Comes around the corner and the 50 cal gets a really good suppression burst going in. Looks like that reload timer, did that start after he got suppressed? I think so. So that could take a very long time before it fires. Remember, it's often not very relevant with machine guns or with suppression that your reload gets increased by 4, a factor of 4, but things like machine guns, bazookas, it's a big deal. Jumps out on the wrong side, on the right side rather. Good thing is though, do speed up your reload times. Those abilities.
Capture point is being overrun.
But it's something to keep an eye out for if your machine gun starts reloading while it's suppressed. It can take like... It takes about 25 seconds or so before it's ready to fire again, so you can come out of suppression and still be reloading for a very long time after that. I was calling those riflemen getting away. There's mortar continuing to hammer down, this time at close range, and then the rifle nade stacking the damage on top of that. Drop the flamethrower, maybe the lieutenant can pick that one up. No, it looks like the Grenadier is going to win the race to that. Ouch.
There's a major reporting for
Well,
action.
Major out. But yeah, that's another squad down, another squad re-echelon down. Oh, I choose to die. Has managed to get some pretty good territory control on the back of this though. Triple cab running.
Krauts are taking one of our
But
points.
beating manpower at this kind of rate is unsustainable. See, after all this reinforcement. Still a long way away in terms of manpower from another tank.
Grab your shit.
Return fire! Return fire!
Our supply line just got cut off.
Inside the building suppressing. We've got a second machine gun now for Konigstiger, and that's going to make things really hard. I choose to die. Probably needs to start making use of some of these rifleman flares. So once you're up against double machine guns on a map like this, they can pretty much lock down this entire side of the map. But sound the phosphorus. I feel like it's a bit of a waste of munitions. I not recommend doing that in that scenario. Maybe feeling a little bit desperate. Doesn't need to though. Still in a reasonable position in terms of VPs. Close to dead even in that department. So Brady's upgrade with the 6th man now. Lieutenant coming in on the flank. But MG suppresses this one. Captain might be getting a bit close here. Oh, pops on me to break free of the suppression. Looking for the moment, and does manage to get into the blind spot with that shrub blocking the sight. Might be able to get a cutoff going. As for J, going to be first for Konigstiger. Choose to die also very close. Oh boy. Another big dose of manpower lost here. Major artillery dropped on the house. This is probably a pretty good idea. Quite lucky for Konigstiger scatter on that. It's a little bit slow on the dodge. Could have been MG getting flattened inside the building there.
The enemy is taking our territory.
But yeah, Panzer IV J versus the Easy 8. It's a reasonably close contest.
Ready for battle.
Panzer IV J with better armor. His health though. Probably one that I prefer to have the Easy 8 in personally. This time White Phosphorus coming down again. This one better targeting, actually hitting a few units rather than just blocking sight. Still probably not ideal. I can understand trying to delay your weapon racks. Oh. Tank rank going to come through here. Oh, this could be bad news for Konigstiger. Got the pack wheeling its way forwards. We'll salvage this situation. So far the Panzer IV. Oh, smoke out from the Sherman, expecting the pack to be coming through. And wow, some pretty good penetration like himself with the Easy 8, getting through the Asphalt armor that many times in a row. There you go. Very smart smoke action. Not sure if he saw that coming or just predicted it, but either way, good play. And now that gives perhaps the edge overall to Ichoose.jpg. Ooh, and if that didn't, now the machine gun kill does. It was the highly vetted of the two machine guns as well. Still might have to take a backward step while he repairs up the Easy 8. Instead, choosing to come back and continue fighting with her. I don't think I'll be taking that risk. I think 2 shots and it will die here. So I don't think, I don't think I'll be taking that risk. You never know in these situations, you know, double anti-tank guns so popular these days. You never know when a second anti-tank gun's just going to pop up and you're trying to push your luck a little bit like that. It can backfire on you very easily. We do indeed see the second pack in production for Konigstiger now, which I think makes sense. You know, you're down a tank, you need to hold on against the Easy 8 for a good amount of time, and still doing very well in the anti-infantry department since none of the US troops really have weapon upgrades. Making use of the rifleman flares here, sprinting forwards, pressuring the machine gun. This is where grenades can be really handy against the Ostheer team weapons. When you get in a situation like this, like, could you imagine a grenade right now? That would be machine gun decrew. So yeah, I was saying before, I can understand trying to hold off on your weapon rack upgrades or grenade upgrades as US forces until you got your first tank out, but I feel like at this stage it's a good time to get them, and better way to spend your munitions than on the white phosphorus, which isn't particularly impressive overall, I'd say. Not quite facing the right direction here. Can the machine gun hold on? The lieutenant sprinting forwards. Getting a couple shots in. Machine gun getting suppressed though. This is a desperate hold for Konigstiger. We do have the second pack coming in. Oh, that's a nasty Easy 8 shot. Decrewing the pack, but the second pack keeps things safe. I think that's a major artillery coming in there. Should be relatively easy to dodge though.
The capture point is under attack.
Jumps back on the second pack. Manages to hold on. Triple cap running against Konigstiger at the moment, but is capping in the center. Not sure about that machine gun retreat. Might have been a misclick. But yeah, the white phosphorus, yes. It's a tough one. It has its place, but I think most of the time I'd prefer to just have the Ostheer light artillery barrage, you know.
Enemy forces now has 300 points remaining.
So yeah, grenades, big fan of in these late game scenarios. If you do find yourself in a position where your riflemen have got a good flank or a good position, it just allows you to maximize your damage you can do with that position. So grenades out again, no dodge. Very, very bad dodging on these grenades so far. Oh, well, there we go. Grenade tech is done. Good dodge back the other way. I have to wonder then if it's a ping thing before I choose to die. Those Chinese players seem to have quite laggy connections. Flamethrower LMG. Nearly knocking out the major, not quite.
Armor ready. They're coming up on the flank. Full strength. Gun crew just got wiped out.
Oh no, 50 cal decrewed. Soul Grenadiers jumping on top of it, trying to get away. No grenade from the rifleman?
Losing a capture point.
That seems like a mistake. But They could have stopped that from getting stolen. Now triple machine gun's going to be very, very tough to deal with. Does have the Scott though, and that's in production at the moment. Good option. Meanwhile, we've got a Stroop back the other way from Konigstiger. Stroop actually shooting at infantry though, which is weird. It's on prioritized vehicles, right? The logo's not showing up. Ooh, rifle nade. There goes the lieutenant through the smoke, that rifle nade. And now it's an extremely lopsided match in terms of infantry. Look at top left versus top right. The Scott is very powerful against team weapons. We've seen this patch. So if there is something to kick off a comeback, perhaps it would be that. Plus the Stroop already quite low in health at the moment. Sherman on focused gunnery, boosting up its range a little bit here. Pack's a little bit low in health. Not getting involved at the moment. Oh, the Scott getting off to a great start. Nearly decrewing that stolen 50. Socrates really bullying an unupgraded rifleman though. Good hit from the Scott again. Yeah, once again trying to push its luck a bit. Second Scott now. Ground action trying to hit it, unsuccessful. And he's upgraded the support package. Boosts up the repair speed a bit. This makes it to the destroyer cover as well as the satchel charge. Now a victory on the flank, holds on. But double Scots, we've seen these clear out team weapons very quickly before. And the Stroop, you know, with its lack of turret, might have trouble like coming around this corner and actually getting some shots on the Scots. There we go, they get off to a great start, forcing away the double machine guns there. Can't remember how much range the Easy-8 gets with focused gunnery. Is it 45 or 50? I'm not entirely sure. Major artillery down here. Remember the Major does have bonus sight now, so can see quite far away. We've got the rifleman flares up as well, so it does synergize quite well with those Scots. Where maybe like ambush camouflage can come in really handy if you're an Ostheer player, so those scouting tools can't see your support weapons. Still see packs though.
The capture point is under attack.
Keep the pressure on Konigstiger, but only behind around 40 at this stage, not a big deal. Stroop making a bit of a play through the centre. Go for some attack ground action, miss. Oh boy. Major went down somewhere. It's a big loss, as I said, without that line of sight these days. Oh, and then no dodge on the grenades. Grenades, grenades, grenades. No infantry. One squad left now. This is a horror show.
Points are down to 300.
Advance now, Konigstiger trying to get the victory. Easy-8. It's got the extra line of sight, which is really helping them out. Well, Scott's getting some decent damage done, nearly losing the last squad of infantry there as well.
Clear breach.
Konigstiger maybe saving for their Tiger Ace. Has done battle phase 3. So looking to hold on with this composition. Do have to put down tier 4 for the Ace, whereas you just need to tick battle phase 3 for the regular Tiger. So still has quite a way to go, especially in the manpower department, which could be tough against those double Scots.
Square away your stations. Lock down the shells.
Which operating quite freely at the moment. Haven't really been under threat too much. Going on to double time here for a moment while everything's repairing and not happening. Double Scott's going for this machine gun, did he? Rather than flare that? Don't see any. Okay, this one on cooldown. Oh, I didn't see the flares just off camera. On the normal angle. Still getting bullied by the Easy 8 here. It's still shooting at infantry though. Big mistake on that. It's very bad AoE in its gun. Should generally only go for that if you're in a desperate situation. Konigstiger here actually taking a backward step and going to go for the Panzer IV as well. Which at this stage against a Vet 3 Easy 8, there's going to be a tough fight. Now it's got its veterancy. Also went for... Oh, heartbreaker. Might have been an attack round there. Close call on that Vet 3 Easy 8. But yeah, coming in against the Vet 3 Easy 8, the commander upgrade, that's going to be very, very difficult for the Panzer IV. Dodging forwards with the Grenadiers.
Alright, fellas. Final checks.
Sounds like he cancelled the barrage on the Scots, maybe one shell early. Ooh. Still going forwards, but the fresh Easy 8's there. So he has to disengage. With the pack right there as well, though. Riflemen have fired off a flare. Looking for the Scots to line up some more barrages. Getting a rare hit on the infantry there. It's his first kill. Also hits Vet 2. Panzer IV coming in on the double Scots on this side. And maybe busy microing the attack rounds and stuff over here. Not really paying attention to the double Scots. They're low. Pops a smoke. P4 with the attack round. Misses. Now it's in trouble. Double Easy 8s coming through. Its armor hold up this time. Pack coming forwards, but targeting the far away Easy 8 instead of the close one. Rifleman goes down the center, but the Panzer IV does fall. Maybe the Stück can finish off this Easy 8 down the side. Needs to push through the center with this pack. Bounces off the Easy 8. That's a very rare bounce. There goes the Stück too.
The enemy has destroyed a Panzer.
Ouch. Oh boy. Is it even possible? I thought the Easy 8 didn't have enough armor to bounce a pack shot, but maybe I'm wrong about that. I often get confused about the differences between like the Bulldozer and the Easy 8's armor. it's got like a 5% chance. Get close to max range. Well, that was devastating for Konigstiger. But yeah, that's kind of what I was a little bit worried about going for Panzer IV at that stage. Having a tough matchup against these EZ8s. And so far, you know, Konigstiger have very good grenades, but the pack positioning has been a little bit lackluster. Potentially costing a kill on one of those shield tanks just before. Back in with the packs. Double Scots getting away. Anyway, Konigstiger with the VP control. Scots starting to vet up nicely themselves. 15 and 17 kills now. Right in front of the double packs here though. Oh, but they accidentally packed up for a tiny bit. Kind of probably going to deny them the opportunity to get a second volley of shots through. And now the Scots pop their barrage. Quick decrew on the pack. Which is a little bit slow to reverse after getting that first shot through. I'll pack over here in some danger perhaps. Tier 4 is down for Konigstiger, so that's something, but just one anti-tank gun now. This one getting destroyed by the EZ8 against 3 Shermans, 2 EZ8s and a regular Sherman as well as 2 Scots. It's going to be extremely hard to hold on against this much vehicle pressure. We do have a fuel cache out the back for Konigstiger as well, which I probably would not recommend. By the time he saves the manpower for the Tiger Ace, he already has the fuel for it, so generally fuel caches is just too expensive in 1v1 to ever be worth it really. Telemine down here, but generally it's better to go for one like right on the edge of the hedgerow, which is where more vehicles pass through. It's probably equally likely to get swept here and here as well, so it is likely for a tank to run over it and just as likely to get hit by the minesweepers. Scots barraging the Ostheer base exit now, and there goes the pack decrewed. It's looking quite grim now for Konigstiger. Vehicles getting a lot of damage done. Looks like maybe he's thinking about just going for a stall for the Tiger Ace at this stage. 200 manpower away, needs to hold on for a minute. Needs to avoid reinforcing his troops as well. Full-on base inspection though with the HE Sherman. Other vehicles taking care of the Tier 1 tech structure. We're going to come in and kill the mortar that's up here as well.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Flares up so you can see it's pretty clean in there. No pack coming in from an unexpected angle. Going for the kill on the Tier 4 tech. But it's not going to happen in time. The Ace is about to pop out. Probably wouldn't be focusing on the Tier 4 tech personally. I'd probably go for the Tier 2. Deny the opportunity for an anti-tank gun, which is usually more common in these base inspection situations. But here comes the Ace. It's off to a good start there. EZ8 in some trouble. Looks like it might still require 2 shots to kill though. Indeed it does. 1 more shot from the Ace required now. Regular Sherman getting onto the rear armor of the Ace. Engine damage on one of the Easy 8s. Ace needs to have his gun firing here and does. Might still have enough health to beat the regular Sherman after this as well. Easy 8 bouncing. Sherman trying to stay on the rear armor. Turret spinning around for the Ace. Most important thing here is to continue firing this entire time. Maybe you could come in here with double grenadiers. Somehow though the Tiger maneuvers itself into position where the front armor is facing the right direction. Maybe 1 more shot from the Sherman could get the kill. Unlikely though. Yeah, the Tiger Ace just has too much health. Extra health than regular Tigers. Showing right there. Regular Tiger would have died 100%. The Ace hangs on and takes down... Oh, there we go. The Scott actually goes down to that tower. Well, there we go. VPs left for Konigstiger. There's a lot of repairs required on the Ace, but does have vehicle crew repairs available, which is a very handy skill. Don't think that's active at the moment though. Definitely should be. Plenty of munitions, so no reason not to use it. Maybe just is unaware of that. Yes, basically the same as the emergency repairs for OKW and the Elite Armored. Not a full heal, but it's like 400 or so health. Definitely helps. It is. Do manage to complete the capture. Clock is stopped. 69 VPs. Got a fresh Easy 8. Which I think is a reasonable choice, as well as an anti-tank gun. A very good choice against the Ace. Probably needs a Jackson next, but we'll see how things go.
Capture point is being overrun.
Any team weapons around for the recruits. 50 cal over there. But yeah, does need the Easy 8 to provide a little bit of anti-infantry, since he's only really got 1 squad of infantry at the moment. Scott sometimes can't really use in head-on fashion. M1 popping off a few shots there with the Sabot rounds. Ace in spearhead mode now. Risky cap there. Sherman vehicle crew. Just try and drain out the VPs here very aggressively. Jumps on the 50 cal. Tank gun slightly out of range. No, it does get a shot through, but bounces. Spy rounds have worn off now. And looking for the triple cap again. Can't really afford to take a backward step and let this repair up at the moment. Needs to keep it in combat.
Heavy machine gun team, ready for orders.
Easy 8 meanwhile, thinking about coming in on the flank.
We're taking effective fire.
Cal setting up to cover the VPs.
They're down to 50
Ace
points.
coming across to the side, and tank gun missing, connecting with the wreck. Ace going Scott hunting.
The enemy is
Hasn't popped the blitz, still on spearhead mode as well. Scott no smoke.
ready.
Quite easily get away if he just popped the smoke. Instead putting himself in a lot of risk. Pop smoke now. Satchel onto the anti-tank grenade, or anti-tank gun rather. Destroys it. Easy 8. Trying to get around the side. Spearhead mode disengaged now. And didn't quite get the Faust off. Easy 8 popping the blitz as well. Easy win on the head-to-head matchup for the Ace. Fresh anti-tank gun coming in. Gets a good hit. Oh boy. But it's not quite enough damage. Quick thinking with the satchel from the Pioneers. Decoring the anti-tank gun made all the difference. He's coming forwards again, looking for the flank of the second anti-tank gun. Spins around, hoping to get a shot off, but the LMG Grenadiers are cutting it down quite fast. Suppression kicking in on them now, but the Ace decrews it. Clutch shot from the main gun there. Most of the team weapons are gone. Now it's time for some double time again.
Capture point is being overrun.
4x speed even.
Supply line just got cut off. We've dropped to 200 points. Anti-tank gun ready for action.
Good shot from the Scot. Another Scot, just not even going to bother with the tank. Didn't have enough fuel for a tank though. Still think the Easy 8 would be a fine choice. Steel on the M1 as well from Konigstiger. It's not quite as scary if they're not vetted up. They came in at 5 minutes of 6 as well, just completed their upgrade. A little bit risky inside that building, quite low on health. He's back up to full strength. S-mines on the VP, it's a good decision. Needs to rebuild the med bunker back here as well. Double squats. Very quick destroy on that. Time coming in from the side. Third Scot in production, but just no anti-tank. I choose to die. It's going all in on the VP war. Pyros though jamming the capture in the center. Decal getting neutralized over there. Bring the anti-tank gun forwards would be good for it to kill this anti-tank gun while the Ace goes hunting for these Scots. And there we go, one Scot down. Anti-tank gun finishes off this anti-tank gun. Now I choose to die, has almost nothing left. Looks like he cancelled one Scot to build another anti-tank gun. One anti-tank gun is nowhere near enough to hold off the Tiger Ace. Maybe if you had like a boatload of mines everywhere, you could get away with it, but I don't think we saw a single one planted. I choose to die this entire game, which I feel like is a mistake. I feel like it's one of the big assets of this commander, and I talked about weapon racks and grenades and stuff. If you're delaying those to get your tank out faster, it's one area to spend your munitions with this commander on those mines before you can get those weapon upgrades instead of just spamming white phosphorus. So we've got quite a lot of VPs to drain at this stage though for I choose to die, even though it's an almost helpless position. So Grenadiers pressuring the anti-tank gun. Might be able to get away though, very close to the base exit. There's machine guns that can kick in. So you can reinforce off the ambulance as well, just in range. Would be an easy kill there for the Ace, but chooses not to risk it. It's a safe path to victory. Nine kills on that Scot now. It's been a real lethal weapon.
A capture point is under attack.
Fausts. That's the end of the Scot. Ace surviving the double anti-tank guns. 53 VPs remaining.
Consolidate our forces. We're left
Last
with
gasp
50 points.
Sherman.
Bust out the metal, boys. Tank support is here. Sherman ready. They got us down to 25 points.
Oof. But just nothing to cap right now for I choose to die. Bringing an anti-tank gun in to try and capture the point. And there we go. So a bit of a back and forth one. Some wild situations in this game. But overall, I choose to die. Very bad at grenade dodging, as I said. I wonder if it's got like some ping issues, because almost every grenade hit on him. Basically no dodges, and that led to him getting down to almost no infantry. Just a bit too reckless with the infantry as well. Bad manpower conservation. I choose to die. But, you know, the Scots were hitting pretty hard. And Konigstiger probably making a bad decision going for that second Panzer IV-J. Didn't really work out and nearly cost him the match. But back from the brink in the base, the ace knocking out 3 Shermans. Allowing for this comeback. Choose to die, maybe going a little bit too aggressively, trying to close the show on the VP counter instead of trying to play it a little bit more tight. Just build his way back into the game. And ultimately loses the match. Anyway, guys, wrap on that. If you like good game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you off the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.